Mary Fanto. I am originally from Pittsburgh, but I live here in LA. And I started doing yoga, I can't even, 15 years ago.
That's a long time.
When I was 12. Well. And, but I can't even believe it. It was 15 years ago. And someone told me I should go. I have arthritis, all kinds of stuff. And I thought, yoga, I'm going to go to yoga and meditate. I didn't really, at the time, when you're young, you kind of, yoga has this, I'm going to meditate and I'm going to chant and I'm going to do this stuff. And I came from this background of spinning and aerobics and stepping and all this kind of stuff. So I'd give it a shot. So I went to Brian Kest, who started Power Yoga, and he has a donation-based studio in Santa Monica, and I went there. And I walked into this class and I thought, I'll ace this. This thing will be simple. And it was a 2-hour-long class. So back then, if any of you know Brian, he would teach for like 4 hours.
4 hours.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I did this first class, and literally the next day I couldn't walk. The next day I was drying my hair like this. I couldn't even lift my arms up over my head. I was just drying my arms like this. I could barely sit down to go to the bathroom. And I thought, this is good.
It's a good workout.
It's a good workout, but it's not just, it's clearly a workout. You're moving.
Yeah, I can feel it in my arms even now. Mm-hmm.
Unless you're doing that, when you look at it, you think that's really simple, I can do it. But when you do it 5 or 6 times, it's a workout. It's physical.
When we were holding that half moon thing. Oof.
Yeah, right? And your booty, and your thighs, and your booty, and your core, and everything comes from the core. And I don't even know if I stressed there, which I don't even know if I did or not. But you really hold everything in your core. So when you do that and you're sending your stomach in, you're just tightening everything up. But it's not just a workout factor. It's a mind factor, because you're really marrying your mind and your body with your breathing. So yoga, it means to yoke. So it's a union.
I didn't know that.
Yoga means to yoke.
Oh.
So whenever it says, let's go get our yoking on, so it's a union of your mind and of your body. But when you're in a big class, it's a union with everyone in that class. So you're kind of riding on everyone's breath. So you really start to find, your grace in your movements, and everything that's up here that you came into class with kind of just leaves. So it's really nice, and it's a non-compete zone. I can't stress that enough. The last thing you should do is look at the person next to you as they're elevating off of a mat and be like, I can't do that.
Well, I was just concentrating on your voice, because you're really good at just keeping you coaching along and correcting the little things, and just the way that you talk. You've got a very... I
have my yoga voice.
Yes, yeah. and it just sounds nice, and even the words coming out of your mouth, they sound nice, like the Shavasana Dulcinea.
Yeah, exactly. And you forget about the clutter that was going on in your head. What I have to do, I have to go to the market, I have to go to work, I have to call this person. And it's just endless chatter. It's the endless chatter. And that's what really hooked me in more than anything else, was that chatter just left. And it's such a bonus.
The ability to tune out.
Yeah, the ability to tune out is a bonus. But I started meditating, and you become so mindful of everyone around you, mindful of how you treat people. And if you think about it, when you're on the mat and you're struggling and you're making these faces, and why? There's no drama. You just breathe, and if you fall, you fall. I hope you fall. You find out about yourself on the mat. And if you can take that calmness that you get on the mat, especially when you're done with class, and take it off the mat, everyone around you benefits.
You should have mandatory yoga classes.
I think they should too.
You must take one.
You must take yoga.
Yeah.
So I invite any of you guys to come to class.
Tell us more about where you teach, and you're at UStudio Yoga.
I'm in a studio called UStudio Yoga. It's on Wilshire, and La Brea. It's on the 5th floor of a lovely building. And it's nice. It's a nice little haven. You've been there.
Yeah.
It's small, but it's friendly. We're nice.
And so how often do you teach the classes? Like I know that you were in class today. You're mostly focusing on us. Do you do yoga classes yourself? You
I
take
do
other
yoga.
people's classes?
Oh yeah. I try to go at least 4 times a week. At least. I mean, if I can, I would go every day. I can't. But I think everyone, when they start out, should go at least twice. Even if it's a Monday and Friday or a Tuesday and Thursday. I mean, just the more you go, the more you become familiar with what your body can do, with what these different asanas, these different poses are. But myself, I go between Santa Monica Power Yoga and UStudio Yoga. I pick one and I go, 4 times a week. I teach 3 times a week, sometimes 4. But I think it's a nice starting point.
Yeah. Do you teach mostly in the mornings or the evenings, or are you around, or do you do private calls?
I do privates whenever people want. I teach in the evenings during the week, and I teach in the mornings on Saturday mornings. So Monday and Thursday I teach at 7 p.m. Saturday I teach at 10:30 a.m. And the weekday classes, what's nice about the U is those weekday evening classes, they're $10.
Like community kind of class?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And community doesn't mean for beginners. I mean, you move. It's a pretty vigorous, strong flow class.
Sounds like a nice way to end the day.
It is a nice way.
You finish work and then you go and you get in your little happy place and then...
and then you go home and you're all nice and calm and you have sweet drinks.
Yeah, go have a little soup and... Soup and bath and nap. And
it's nice. It's like a party. We have a party every night.
Woo! Well, so I've got, why don't you can say the website info, but it's also up on the featured trainer page.
Yeah, UStudioYoga.com. I'm Mary Fanto. And there's myself, Andrea Markham, who owns the studio, is phenomenal. Hi, Andrea, if you're watching. And everyone else who teaches there, they're great. I mean, it's a little safe haven.
Yeah, it's got a nice little view of Wilshire Boulevard.
And the hills. You can see the Hollywood sign from class.
Yeah, it's a nice little getaway in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Well, Mary, thank you so much. I really enjoyed that. And you'll be able to check out all the information about Mary. She'll be up on our list of feature trainers. You can come back and watch and do this workout with her.
If you have any questions, Dulcie will send them to me and I'll answer them.
Yep, you can or just click on that UStudio. There's a link to UStudio on the website, and then you can go and